This is going to be my coming out story. This is a very hard story to do, especially if my phone keeps saying that I'm out of storage when I'm not. Okay, but anyway, so when I was a little girl, I've always liked girls. This is not nothing new. It's not like one day I was like 15 years old and I woke up feeling like this, or no, it wasn't like that. Ever since I was a little girl, I was like this. So, for people to say, oh, this is a taught behavior, nobody taught me this, because this was not allowed and accepted in my household. So, yeah, no, literally, since I was a little girl, I've been like this. But because living in a household where things like that are not accepted, that's not an approved behavior. I dated guys for a very long time. I just ignored the simple fact that, hey, I'm like this, until my 8th grade year of I was about to say of high school. Okay, my 8th grade year of middle school, I was just like, I just admitted to it. It was just like, this is who I am. I came out as bisexual 8th grade year to my friends. Nobody in my family. I was never really close to any of like my siblings. I wasn't close to my mom or my dad. Like, I was close to my dad, but he ran in and out of my life a lot. So yeah, 9th grade year, I started dating girls. Like, they were crazy, like psycho. But my 9th grade year, my dad ended up coming to me like, Janae, do you like girls? Like, I never expressed it to him. Maybe he just knew, and I denied it. I'm just like, no. And then I don't know, like, I think I ended up like telling my older sister, and like, that he asked me about it just to see what she would say, and like, they made it like this really big deal, and it just made me feel I was just so upset. Like, they just made me feel very uncomfortable with telling them, like, or telling her. Like, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable. So I want to say like close to the end of freshman year through my junior year, I end up dating this dude. So it wasn't like I didn't change. Like, I was still the same. But after we broke up and I was like trying to find myself again, because it was just like a disaster, it destroyed me, I end up figuring like I just really don't have like attraction to guys anymore. I'm just like kind of just over it. And I ended up coming out to my brother first. I ended up telling him, and my brother's like a jokester. If you guys have watched my previous video, you guys will see, like, he's just hilarious. And in the description box, I finally put his link, so make sure you check him out, because he's a funny guy. I ended up coming out to him, and he's just like, okay, yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying. And then my sister Shari, she kind of already knew, because me and her are like this. Like, I tell her everything, and no judgment was passed. Now with my mother, it was like a whole like different story. Like, we were driving to CVS. I wanted to make sure I got her in a public place, because my mom, she be having some outbursts. So we drove to CVS, and I was telling her, and her response was like,
oh my gosh, my princess, my little baby.
like, I don't know, it's like she thought, I don't know why she was so over dramatic with it. It was like, I'm not like converting to the Illuminati. Like, why are you acting like this? But yeah, she was just like, so are you like never gonna date guys again? Are you gonna marry a guy? Like, all this other stuff. And I was just like, probably not. And she was like, oh my goodness. Then she went on to say like, well, I don't really want to meet your girlfriend, like, or the person that you're with. I'll accept you, but I don't want to meet this person. So that was kind of like, okay. It was just a really hard, like, long process of trying to get my mother to understand me, to understand like this is who I am. And finally she was just like, I explained it to her, I guess, more, and she started to kind of get me. It was a very hard like hurdle with her. I came out like and told my my other sister. I have 3 sisters. My oldest sister, I have not came out and told her. She watches my YouTube videos though, so she'll probably see this. Hey sis, yeah. I did not tell her just because I don't feel comfortable telling her, and I don't call me and be like, what do you mean you don't feel comfortable? It's just, it's some stuff that you say makes me feel uncomfortable. But anyway, I told my other sister, and she basically told me what I was. She was like, no you're not, like trying to tell me that I'm not, that I don't like girls. Like, I'm just like, I don't know how that's possible for you to tell me what I like, but okay. And then it's obvious that she doesn't accept me for who I am. Like, we were sitting outside, and she had like brung up like all this stuff about the world coming to an end, and she was just talking about like gay guys and all this other stuff. And then she tried to switch it and was just like, you know, it's different for a girl to like other girls, but it's not okay for guys to like guys. And it just, none of it made sense to me. It was like, I don't know if you're trying to make me feel better about myself, but I have a relationship with God, so really judging me on this topic is not, you know, people are going to judge. People are going to say what they want to say about me, and that is what it is. Like, if you don't accept me, you don't accept me, but don't try to make me feel better about myself by saying, oh, it's bad for guys to do this, but it's okay for girls to do it. Like, no, there's no difference in what I'm doing than what a guy is doing with another guy. So I try to explain to her, like, I have a relationship with God. Like, no sin is bigger than another sin, for one, and for two, Jesus died on the cross for our sins, you know, because God knows that we're going to sin. Like, I don't know. So I don't know, I struggle a lot with my sexuality. I don't know. I consider, I don't label me. That's one thing that I just don't label me, but I am who I am. Like, if people don't accept me, then hey, you know, you live in a world where you're probably not going to get accepted. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, you know, be different, but when you're actually really different, you're not accepted. So yeah, that's pretty much my coming out story. It's not all that like juicy. I didn't like get kicked out the house, you know, or anything like that. That's pretty much it. I want to say, like, be who you are and don't really care with what anybody has to say about you. Like, what they say is not important. You are who you are, and that's what matters. Like, at the end of the day, love you guys. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment and tell me like what you guys want to see from me, because I don't know what you guys want to see. I don't know if you guys want to see more story times. I don't know if you guys want to see more makeup. I don't know what you guys want to see. So make sure that you comment and tell me. Bye guys.